The Philippines' procurement system used to be described as cumbersome and prone to corruption, as there were many outdated and inconsistent laws and many agencies dealing with issuance of guidelines and procedures in procurement. The public perception was that government procurement was characterized by fraud, inefficiency, and lack of transparency. Moreover, the mandated advertisement in at least 3 major newspapers of general publication for each bidding project further increases the budgeted expense for government agencies. The PhilGEPS, which stands for the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System, was established in the year 2000 to host online information on government procurement opportunities and to streamline procurement processes and enable public monitoring of procurement activities of government agencies.
Well, the mere fact that government procurement is now posted on PhilGEPS grants access to a much wider audience. Prior to PhilGEPS, the procurement data and information and documents were usually in hard copy located at the office of the procuring entity. Now that we have PhilGEPS, which is an online system, it allows people from anywhere with an internet access to look at government procurement and not have to physically go to the office of the procuring entity.
PhilGEPS was created primarily to establish an open, transparent, efficient, and competitive marketplace for government procurement. Get just and better prices. Build the framework to continually improve the procurement processes and be sustainable over the long term. The passage of Republic Act 9184 or the Government Procurement Reform Act, GPRA, in 2003 further boosted the importance of PhilGEPS. It required all government requirements from goods, consulting services, to civil works to be centrally posted through the PhilGEPS website. It also mandated the registration of all national government agencies, government-owned and controlled corporations, government financial institutions, state universities and colleges, including local government units in the system. Suppliers, manufacturers, contractors, consultants dealing with the government are also required to register as well. PhilGEPS promotes transparency as all bidding opportunities and related information are visible online, allowing real-time observation of changes in references, bid schedules, winning bidder, and contract amount. With RA 9184, bid opportunities are now mandated to be posted in PhilGEPS and only required to be advertised once in 1 newspaper of general circulation. As a result, the government has been able to save close to 932.8 million pesos in aggregated newspaper advertisement expenses alone from 2000 to 2012. The Integrated Notices Publication Interface also facilitates the linking of opportunities posted in PhilGEPS to the agency's own website. The use of PhilGEPS by government agencies was likewise made an important criteria in good governance related to the grant of the yearly performance-based bonus of government employees, in accordance with Administrative Order Number 25, issued in 2011.
Well, the PhilGEPS basically is the sole and primary repository of all government procurement information. Everything you need to know about procurement, it's there on the net, it's there on the web. Anybody can access it.
PhilGEPS opens borderless procurement opportunities with no barriers and no dividers to users from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Moreover, suppliers from all over the world can also register in PhilGEPS and participate in government tenders. Suppliers and contractors doing business with the government derive the following gains from using the system. Access to government bid opportunities 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. downloading of electronic bid documents, automatic notification through the user's email of bid postings and supplements, savings on newspaper costs, transportation, and man-hours. Information on government bid projects is important in market research and in making business decisions. The PhilGEPS has been benchmarked and studied by neighboring countries such as Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia, Nepal, and Bhutan, who envision having their own central e-procurement system. PhilGEPS officials have been invited to present the PhilGEPS program and experience in various fora, symposia, and other gatherings of world-renowned e-procurement organizations and practitioners such as those in the United States, South Korea, and Singapore. Recognized as a viable instrument by multilateral development partners like the World Bank and the Asian Development Bank in the improvement of the procurement function, the PhilGEPS has been utilized by these partners in monitoring their projects with government agencies. Global Integrity, an independent, non-profit organization tracking governance and corruption trends around the world, gave the Philippines in 2010 a rating of 95 in the area of procurement and cited PhilGEPS and the GPPB-TSO as the government agencies implementing the reforms and measures that ensured transparency, fairness, and conflicts of interest safeguards. The PhilGEPS currently features the following functionalities: electronic bulletin board, automatic bid notification, e-catalog, virtual store, electronic payment, e-payment for the virtual store, charges and fees, Government of the Philippines Official Merchants Registry, GOP-OMR, e-bidding, integrated notice publication, INP interface. Other PhilGEPS modules in the pipeline are the Annual Procurement Plan, the Civil Society Organization, and Auditor modules, and the e-payment for charges and fees using BankNet facility. Good procurement is essential to ensure good public services, from buying goods and services that work as they are supposed to achieving savings that can be plowed back into frontline services. The PhilGEPS strives to meet the challenges of contributing to procurement reforms by maintaining a safe and secure internet-based, open and competitive marketplace for government procurement. PhilGEPS also embraces the task in helping develop procurement professionals and partnering with other government agencies to bring about reforms that will reflect our fervor to ensure that procurement drives further advancement in our delivery of public services.
So dahil sa PhilGEPS, yung sustainability ng transparency with regards to government procurement na-attain namin sa Pateros. That's why we won the bronze medal for the Seal of Good Housekeeping ng DILG, wherein dapat ang isang LGU ay transparent with regards to all government transactions. And kailangan walang negative findings ng COO.
The procurement law makes it mandatory for all government agencies to post the requirements of government from Batanes to Jolo to be posted in the PhilGEPS. That is mandatory. Any government agency who doesn't post that requirement risks the procurement being disallowed in audit.
We really had a lot of benefits when we joined the PhilGEPS, because from the posting of the requirement, we would know the approved budget, the specifications required, and the schedule of bidding. So we would really have time to prepare and to think about our bid.
First, transparency in itself generally is a deterrent because once the information is out, accessible to the public, that usually discourages or deters those individuals who would want to perhaps have a questionable government procurement. So on one hand, it has a deterrent effect. On the other hand, again, it provides information to not only anti-corruption civil society organizations, but even just regular citizens organizations who want to look into procurements in their area or procurements of things that they are concerned with, just to check on how much it costs to the government to procure these items, whether it be school books, medicine, procurement of infrastructure work such as footbridges and roads. It grants the stakeholder, in this case, the citizens, access to that information so that they can, in a sense, check on government.